Hey YouTubers, X Factor here, and I'm extremely happy, and we're going to get to that in a second. More importantly, we're playing some Damavand Peak Rush defense, and I spawned in about 5 or 6 kills ago at the previous set of bombs and basically said what had happened. It was over in such a whirlwind. I are confused, simply put. So we get pushed back. So this video is going to be roughly about kind of my thought process and how it's important to hold these side lanes, be patient, and pre-fire a lot. What's pre-firing? When you go to peek out and shoot down that hallway, whether you know if someone's there or not. If you see them on the mini-map, start dropping the fire hose. You'll be surprised at how many kills and assists that you pick up. And again, it's really important to hold these side lanes. You can cough up the middle. Why? Because you could push the side lane, look at the cross lanes, and then back rage people, which you'll see happen here in a second as I try to bounce that nade off to make sure there's nobody there. I see people on the minimap there, but I really need to make sure there's no one there so I can fit my fat ass in there. And pro nade incoming. Lucky I didn't kill myself with that one. But why are you so happy, X Factor? What's going on? Well, I'm always happy. I'm a happy-go-lucky guy. But today is an NCAA National Championship, and my beloved University of Michigan Wolverines are back in the finals after a 20-year hiatus, which happens to be the anniversary of the Fab Five being in the finals, basically. The youngest team ever to make it to a championship game. It was 5 freshmen for the University of Michigan, consisting of some pretty high-profile athletes and a little bit of controversy. And here you see me working the cross angle right there, and then a little bit of back rage. Chris Webber, one of the best pros in the game. Got to be Hall of Fame. He's retired. He's an analyst now. Jalen Rose, analyst on ESPN. He made the Fab Five documentary. If you're a fan of sports at all, go look that documentary up. It's one of the best hours you'll ever spend watching TV. And Uncle Juwan Howard, he's 1,000 years old and still plays for the Miami Heat. So this group of 5 freshmen made it to the finals and did it their way with a chip on their shoulder saying, you know what? Fuck the world, because they hate us. There are 5 black guys who came in with some attitude, a chip on their shoulder, with a ton of talent, trash-talked everybody, but they had a winning way about them. And, of course, the booster thing was there, and that's never good, right? Chris Webber took some money from boosters. Meanwhile, the rest of the 4 guys are broke as a joke and having a hard time eating. So why do you love basketball, and what's with the University of Michigan? Number one, I used to play basketball all my life growing up. Middle school, high school, in leagues, tournaments, travel ball, the whole 9 yards. And I loved it. I still play from time to time, just some pickup because I'm getting older now. But I had some major health issues that kept me out of a lot of games back in high school. I had severe asthma. I still have it, but it was really bad. I used to take 8 medicines a day, including prednisone. And those of you who are asthmatics or have other issues that require prednisone, you know that's a nasty, nasty drug, and it's not a lot of fun. Let alone being a basketball player, not being able to breathe, or feels like you're breathing through straws, that's not a good thing, especially when you're point guard having to run down the court and be the high-energy guy. Well, you love basketball, but why University of Michigan? I grew up in Michigan, number one, just outside of Ann Arbor, basically. And my father was a 4-year athlete at Central Michigan as a middle linebacker. He then went to Miami, Ohio, but finished his collegiate career, or I should say academic career, at the University of Michigan, finishing off his PhD. When the Fab Five were around, I was about 10, 11, 9 through 11 years old because it was a 2-year thing. My dad purchased, well, actually, he created a pizza place downtown Ann Arbor on the famous Packard Street. We all know where that's at if you've ever been to Ann Arbor. And here I'm looking at the mini-map. Here's where you start pre-firing. You see guys, red dots in front of you, get ready to fire. More importantly, pay attention to the ones that are trying to slip past you and where your friendlies are. If you got friendlies behind you, you don't got to worry about being back raged. And here's the crossfire angle. You know, you could take this look and then work your way back. Keep dead bodies down, so that's important because the second you let that guy up, he's going to try to shoot you. I'm really not trying to farm kills. I'm really trying just to kill this guy and help my team out. Right, so my dad had this pizza place during the Fab Five era. We used to go to Michigan games, but you don't realize the gravity of greatness when you're that young. You know, your dad's trying to explain to you that, hey, this is probably one of the greatest basketball teams ever assembled at such a young age to just dominate the scene. And there I kill my alter ego, Rival Sex Factor. Shout out to him. He's not a rival member. He's just a fun guy from the community, I believe. So I kill him a couple times in here. So, you know, you've got this childhood memory, going to these big games and being a part of the Ann Arbor crowd. That never leaves you. in those younger years, they're such, they're so influential to you, what you absorb, what you don't absorb. And it's been a rough 20 years since then. Michigan hasn't had a program in basketball. Their hockey teams are usually good. The football teams are usually decent. But the basketball team was one of the coolest things. I'm watching my mini-map as rival Sex Factor tries to knife me. Why are you trying to hurt me, bro? I don't get it. So anyway, kind of watching this lane again because I think there's somebody else there before I push up and just start kind of pre-firing this whole area, racking up multiple kills. Again, it's so important to hold these side lanes. I cannot fathom this enough because if you cough up the middle, you can always get that bank. Your tank is going to push middle, and you can push the sides and work your way back around. Damavand Peak is an easy map to lose on if you don't play these sides well. And I'm here by myself. Sure, there's guys down the hallway, but I'm trying to nade off the corner, see if I can catch some bodies, use the nade cover of the smoke to kind of peek out and things like that. So I'm super excited for today. I'm going to watch the game. I'm probably going to bite my nails and pull out what little hair I have left. That's a joke because I don't have any hair. And go from there. My question is, what are you guys rooting for? Who was your team? Are you watching the game? Louisville's a phenomenal team, and they had one of the most horrific injuries I've ever seen. If you're a man and you got big cojones, go Google Louisville basketball NCAA injury or wear leg injury. It was a double fracture, the tib fib. It went through his skin. Leg bone was seriously sticking out. And if you don't have a strong stomach, just go Google Louisville bench reaction GIF, and you will see one of the most ridiculous reactions because these guys love each other like brothers. They've been through it thick and thin. So it's two up-tempo teams with decent defense. I'm really excited, and I hope Michigan can find deliver after 20 years. As always, YouTubers, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. If you learned something today, had a little fun, or just a basketball enthusiast, don't forget about the old thumbs up. And don't forget to let me know who your team is down below and how did they fare. Who would have thunk Michigan, Louisville, right? I didn't pick it that way. See you guys later.